Welcome to A Couple of Queers, sitting on our orange couch named Tangerine. A couple of queers, we're a couple and we're queer, and we're gonna talk to you about stuff.
Hey guys, welcome back to A Couple Queers. My name is KEARA.
And my name is Lauren.
And we are a couple.
And we are queer.
We are married.
And
yes.
we are neurodivergent.
We are neurodivergent. I am autistic.
And also
a bitch.
We have to say that every episode that we talk about autism.
So I'm autistic and Lauren is?
AuDHD, which means I have autism and ADHD.
Fun. What's that like for you?
A constant battle between overstimulation and understimulation.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that.
It's different every day.
How do you cope?
Gardening.
Real. It's a medicine. Okay.
I actually made a TikTok being like, if you have ADHD and autism, like what meds do you take? Because I was thinking about taking meds for dopamine reasons to like balance the dopamine in my brain because as ADHD people, like we either have a lack of dopamine or an imbalance of it because of the receptors. And I don't know the science behind it. Look it up. But we either are lacking or we have an imbalance of it. And I was like, fuck, like I really need to like I really want my dopamine levels to be like a normal like amount. And I was wondering if meds do that. And a lot of people said that they gardened, like who have AuDHD. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. So I did last week and it actually helped a lot. But I also realized, because I got food poisoning and I had to take 2 days off of work, that I realized just rest kind of gave me energy and really reset like my dopamine levels and my mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, it's a constant battle having both.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Lauren and I were just at brunch and we were talking about like the differences between like how you have like the impulsivity and like I like things to always kind of just be the same. And Lauren helps me like get out of my comfort zone and like do new things because I never want to do those things. I always like, as an autistic person, I crave routine, steadiness, sturdiness, like, you know, predictability makes me feel safe. But you are kind of like, you like doing spontaneous things.
I do. It's definitely the novelty aspect of ADHD. But I think the important thing to know is that also, by the way, every person who has ADHD, autism, or just ADHD are completely different.
For sure.
We're speaking from our own experiences.
Yeah.
And we're just going to chat about the differences between autism and ADHD today and us.
Yeah.
And that could be different for you.
For sure.
And, I was saying like, yeah, I love novelty, but I think the thing to note is that like growing up and like being like the so-called daredevil of my family because of my ADHD, like seeking the dopamine, that's like a big reason why I was like that, is because I was like, I need more dopamine. So I'm going to take things the extra mile and go crazy kind of thing, like do things just so spontaneously.
Yeah.
But since I've gone through a lot of things of like hurting myself in the process, now, but it's crazy having both autism and ADHD because it changes throughout your life which one dominates the other. And I feel like I'm very balanced right now. So like when I want to do something like very like new and exciting, I also at the same time in my like autism is allowing me to be like, okay, like how do we plan to do this? How do we plan to do this the safe way? How do we plan to do this following the rules? Like that sort of thing. So it's like whenever I'm like, let's do something spontaneous, like it's like I've considered the fact that you have autism and you like to structure and stuff like that. And like I also like that, but I'm trying to like do this new thing in a way where it's like it feels safe.
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing. And who knows, that could change in like, I don't know, 10 years or something. I could be totally just like ADHD and like more ADHD presenting, you know?
That's interesting. Do you think like, can you remember like times in your life when you've maybe been more autism focused or more ADHD focused?
When I was growing up, 100% more ADHD.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like I would get myself in situations where it would just be like, Lauren, why did you do that? Like for example, like I had the impulsive thought of to like penny board, which is kind of like longboarding, but it's smaller, down a huge hill. Did not know that I was gonna get this thing called speed wobbles, and I ended up tearing my ACL. It was very much of like choosing life or death moment because
Wow.
I was like, I either crash and hit my head or I step off of this board right now and I just tear an ACL or blow my knee out.
Damn.
And so I chose to step off the board. But
That's
like,
scary.
it's like, oh, I love this adrenaline. And then it's like, oh no, like I'm scared I did something so wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's like the thing you have to like figure out when you're like, when you have ADHD, it's like, I can easily take things too far, but I don't mean to.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
can see how that would happen for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like for autism, you like just having autism, like you're very by the rule book.
Oh, I love rules. I love following rules if they make sense.
Right.
If they don't make sense, I love breaking them. Because
Right.
to me, I'm like, I need a reasoning to be able to follow this rule. Like, if you're just giving me like blind rules that like just benefit you and there's no like logic behind it, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
You can see through bullshit.
I can see through lots of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like growing up, I was a rule follower for sure, and like, you know, always scared to like do risky things. So I was kind of the opposite growing up. I was very like goody two shoes, very like playing by the rules. Like even I remember I told this story on my TikTok, but my dad took me to this movie theater. It was like an IMAX movie theater, and apparently you weren't allowed to bring in any food or drinks, which it makes no sense for a movie theater.
Right. That's like always the rule, right? Because they want you to buy it there, and they also don't want you to bring in like things.
Yeah, but they didn't even want you to bring like anything into the actual theater, so you couldn't even have a snack while you watch the movie.
Like even if you bought it there?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Right? Anyways, my dad was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to bring in the popcorn. Like, we're going to eat the popcorn. And I was like, Dad, don't. Oh my God. I was like literally mortified. And he was like, he like had it in his coat or something. He was like, yeah, here, just have some. And I was like, no, I can't be caught. Like, I can't be caught with you like doing this and breaking a rule. Like, really scared of getting in trouble. Like, I grew up really, really scared of getting in trouble all the time. Yeah, doing something wrong. That's like my biggest fear is like doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's definitely one of mine too. I feel like I'm very being pulled in two different directions. It's like I was also a goody, like people called me a goody two shoes as well. But then like there were moments like it's like I was such a goody two shoes and followed the rules in school. But then again, I would be talking during class because I was just like so bored and stuff that like that would like get me in trouble. But like I'd follow the rules of like, I don't know, just like the standard rules. Like
I feel like you were living
I didn't cuss like because it was like told like don't cuss. So
Oh my
I
God,
didn't cuss until like high school.
Oh my God, literally same.
And then like little like things like that, like societal rules, like I followed to a T, but like yeah, it's hard to explain, but I've always been pulled in. Like I also am a rule follower, but I am also like I will break the rules if it doesn't hurt anyone.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
If I'm the one getting risked of getting hurt, I'll still probably break the rule.
Oh.
But like I know, but I only do it if I'm fully confident that I won't get hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people with ADHD are actually like in jail and stuff because they like have to get their like impulses out and they like do things that are just like so like out of the norm and stuff, and that's why like there's
robbery,
so many, yeah, exactly, because they need the dopamine.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Even like what do they call like speed racing in your car? It's a kind of like very ADHD coded like
exactly.
I kind of feel like I need an ADHD presence in my life though. Like I feel like I've always really valued that type of friend or companion in my life because it keeps things interesting for me.
Yeah.
So I love that you have, I love you
Oh, I love you too.
I love who you are.
You also, I need just an autism presence in my life that's close to me, because I need someone, like if I really want to do something that's like absolutely like beyond like bonkers, I need someone to be like, okay, Lauren, like what are the logistics of this? And then I'm like, okay, yeah, wait, like bring me down to earth for a sec.
Yeah. I feel like you always have these like ideas of like new things you want to do, but like the plan to getting there, it makes no sense. Like, remember when you
Or I'm impatient about it.
Remember when you were like hyper fixated on wanting to be a firefighter?
Yeah.
And I was like, Lauren, you know how much like time and energy you're gonna have to put into this new career path?
Well, also, okay, that's a good example of like how my autism came in.
Yeah.
So like basically like, or it's like the dualities of having ADHD and autism is like, I was hyper fixated on this. I was like, oh my God, like this would be so good for like dopamine. Like it's risky, it's passionate, it's like, it's love because you're saving things, excuse me. And so I'm like, okay, I want to do this. Like, fuck yeah. And then I'm like, okay. And then my autism is like, let's plan it. What are the steps to do this? I start looking it up. And then I immediately am like, yo, some people gotta wait 10 years in Toronto to get a job as a firefighter. I'm like, no fucking way.
And isn't it like so much to even do the course?
It's a lot. Like you could do the course and like there's different ways that I literally look up all the ways that you can become a firefighter. And I was like, this is way too much. And then eventually I'm like, no. And I like moved on. And I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. But it fucking sucks when you have this, like, as an ADHD person, when you have this, like, dopamine urge to do something.
Yeah.
But then you get shot down because it's like, okay, wait, this isn't manageable. This isn't very doable.
Yeah.
And that's when, like, it can become really hard in your brain because you're, like, disappointed. And, like, you're like, well, then how am I going to get that, like, that urge, you know, and that fulfillment? Like, how do I replace the thing that I was excited for and now I'm shut down?
Aww.
So it's like, it's really hard finding a balance.
Yeah.
Or, like, for example, another thing is we went to a concert last night and, like, I loved being surrounded by the people. I loved, like, the energy. And then after a while, I was like, oh my God, this music is so loud. I need to leave.
Yeah.
There's like people, I'm touching people. I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a quick switch of being understimulated and overstimulated.
Yeah.
And that's a really hard balance to find. I'm kind of keeping tabs of like what events I can go to that I know I can do versus events that I know that I can't do, or places that I know that I can't do.
Yeah.
Because of like, oh, this sounds nice. Oh, fuck, I can't do this anymore. I need to leave after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
I think, yeah. Well,
how do you feel towards those things just having autism?
It's scary to think about sometimes because so we're going to this festival this weekend in Toronto, All Things Go. Yesterday we saw Remy Wolf and Renee Rapp, and
they were so good.
Today we're seeing Casey Musgraves.
Casey Musgraves!
And I'm always really hesitant and nervous about anything that involves like a crowd, large people, a large congregation of people, you know, bright lights, loud noises, unexpected things, people touching you. Like it's very, very like, but it's like at the same time, I want to enjoy the music. I want to go there because I love these artists. And so it's really conflicting in my brain. So one thing that really helped me was like ear protection.
Yes.
I had like the Loop Experience earplugs, and then I also brought my Bose noise canceling headphones, and I was kind of alternating between using them, and that helped me so much.
Yes,
oh my
does.
gosh.
I was an audio engineer for concerts, and I learned doing that ear protection is very necessary.
So important. Because I get like if I like can just, you know, quiet that one sense, then my other senses can like actually focus on having a good time.
Right.
Instead of going into sensory overload.
Yeah.
Which is like, I've had so many instances of like having meltdowns at concerts, at parades, at, you know, having to leave and go home early, having like a crying, hyperventilating fit. It's just not fun. And so I tend to like just be really choosy about what kind of events like that I go to.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yesterday went really well, and today's going to go really well too because I'm going to use my ear protection.
Do you find that concerts are, I've heard that this is, I have two things. First thing is, I've actually heard that concerts are autistic people, a lot of autistic people, not everyone. A lot of people like concerts because it's very predictable. You know, like, you kind of know.
Yeah, like the
what
artist
to
goes on at this
expect.
time. There's usually an opener.
And you know how loud it's going to be, and you know that there are going to be a lot of people there.
Well,
Like, do you find that helps you?
No.
Oh,
A lot of autistic people do enjoy concerts though, but I think like everyone's different, right? Like you can't compare two autistic people.
for sure.
But like a lot of people, like concerts are literally their special interest. You know, musicians going to see concerts, it's their special interest.
And you can, what I really figured out, like you learned yesterday, because I haven't been to a concert in a long time, and I've been really like learning to unmask this summer, is I learned yesterday, like I was stimming like out in the open, and
That's
you can
true.
do that
That's
at concerts.
true.
You can wave your arms around, and you can clap, and you can stomp your feet, and you can dance, and it's
Yeah.
like you can scream,
Yeah.
and like no one's like really thinking twice about it.
That's true. That's
And
a
I
good
loved
thing
that.
about it. That's so true. I found at first when I got to the concert, I was a little bit self-conscious, and I was like, oh my God, are people like looking at me weird? And then eventually, like as the day went on, I was like, no one's giving a crap. Oh, except for that one fan that took a picture of us. There was a fan that was behind us in the pit when we were seeing Renee rap that took a picture of me, Lauren, and our friend Caitlin, like all hugging, and like just DM'd it to me with no caption, no text, just the picture.
Oh.
And I was like, it's a cute picture, but it's also like creepy.
Yeah, there is spying on it.
He's spying on us. Like,
funny.
tell me if you see me. You know what I mean?
It'll be creepy.
I did meet one fan there, and
Yeah.
she was like neurodivergent and said that like our content really helped her discover
Wait,
her.
they said they're neurodivergent? I thought they were meaning about like being queer.
And they're queer too. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet. I like when I actually get to talk to people like my fans and our followers and
love
stuff like that.
that.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh, another thing I was going to say was I feel like concerts can also be a lot for me when there's a lot of people, because I'm a very high empath.
oh yeah.
There's different kinds of empath with autistic people, and
Me
I'm
too.
a high empath one.
Yep.
And I can just sense the crowd. Like I can just sense like so many different energies and all
Yeah,
the energy
that's-
around me and the energy of the artist. And that can be overstimulating because
Yeah, same.
bro, I need to learn to like not guard myself, but like only keep my energy, because
Yeah.
I can, oh my God, so easily just take other people's. I have to like tap my chest to like
Same.
get shit out.
Yo,
because it
everyone-
keeps so much in.
Okay, everyone talks about like sensory overload, but their only thing about the five senses, bro, psychically, you know how overloaded my psychic sense gets?
Same.
I feel like no one talks about that.
Same.
Like,
so overloaded.
I absorb too much. Like I know too much. I'm such a high empath that I just absorb too much energy. And I think that's
and
a
you
really
feel everything.
Yes, and
It's
that's
way
one
too
of my
much.
most sensitive senses, I think. Like ears and definitely like psychically is intense. And I take in so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
I agree.
That gets hard sometimes. I have to really be careful about like who I spend my energy around, what kind of content I'm consuming. Like anything I'm consuming, I have to be so careful with what I consume, because also things can easily get into my head
Yeah.
and give me anxiety.
Yeah. That's also something with having ADHD and autism for me, is like social media and scrolling can actually be like regulating for ADHD people to a certain point. But it's like if I catch myself scrolling, I eventually get overstimulated, because I'm like I get overstimulated by seeing like all of the different people, all the different emotions that like it ends up being not beneficial to me, but it gives me a quick dopamine in the moment, but then when I'm done, I'm even
drains
lower
you.
than I was before I started scrolling.
Yeah, it's so
So
draining.
like that's another thing, is like scrolling can be really regulating, but at the same time it's like it's
is it regulating?
Yeah, because
it really?
it gives the dopamine rush, and that feels regulating to an ADHD person. But then, like, yeah, it's just, it becomes too much, or I spend way too much time doing it. Like,
Yeah, for
I'm like,
sure.
oh my God, it's been 2 hours?
Yeah,
what the hell?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to be so careful with that too, because I get psychically overloaded on social media so easily.
Yeah, so I kind of had to tell myself to not scroll anymore. And that's been really hard too, because I got a lot of dopamine from social media.
Right.
So it's kind of like trying to find things in my in the natural world that will give me just as much dopamine as the like the social media world.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, how do you find healthy sources of dopamine in your life? Like, can you give some examples for people out there who might want to know better ways to get dopamine than things that are going to harm you?
Yeah, I don't know if this is an ADHD experience, but I know it's a very common autism experience of that I have, that is like being really connected to animals. So just surrounding myself with animals a lot.
Yeah.
Or like if you see a dog on the street, like going up and just asking the owner if you can pet it. Like,
yeah.
like for me, like I actually work with dogs, so I'm surrounded by them like every day of the week. So that really helps me. Like I had 2 days off, last week, and I actually missed them. Like it's like they do bring me joy. And so like animals are a big thing. We got Willow sleeping next to us right now. She looks so cute.
She looks so cute right now.
She looks very relaxed.
Yeah.
But animals, if you're not an animal person, like plants also give me dopamine. KEARA takes care of our plants. I'm grateful for that.
I'm a big plant daddy.
That's one of KEARA's special interests. So I'm surrounded by plants, and that really helps me.
Oh, good.
Starting something new, and like not giving myself like you have to do this sort of thing gives me a lot of dopamine. Like for example, we went to the library and we got a library card the other day.
Yay.
And I checked out 2 books. And like instead of, I'm very all or nothing mindset. That's the autism mindset that I have. And so I'm like, oh, I got these 2 books. I need to finish them. But I'm not forcing myself to finish them. I'm reading 1 book at a time, not 2. But it's something new, right? If it doesn't stick with me, then that's okay. I think it's important to not be hard on myself when I am excited to do something new, but I can't stick with it. Because a lot of times I can get really inside my head if I can't stick with something.
Yeah.
And that's when I like feel shot
Get down on yourself.
Yeah. And the dopamine's worse than it was before I tried doing that thing. So it's kind of like trying not to set a bar for myself, even though I'm such a perfectionist.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm like reading this book. There's no pressure on it. I'm halfway done with it almost.
Nice.
I know. And I checked it out last week.
Okay.
So
good job.
That's awesome.
Slay.
Yeah, just trying new things, but in a way that's like not putting any pressure on it.
What about movement?
That was very beneficial to me. Yes, moving. But figuring out how you like to move, I think, is really important. And by moving, not the literal sense of like moving houses, because that's kind of what I just thought.
Moving your body.
My mind is very literal as well. One time I was ordering a pizza and I ordered hot honey, and I thought it meant that it was going to come warm, like temperature wise, but it just meant that it was going to be spicy. And so I was really disappointed when it wasn't warm when I got it.
That's so real.
But it
though.
was such a literal sense of it.
But like they should specify too.
Right.
Like the fuck?
Exactly.
Hot can mean 2 different things.
Yeah. But yeah, I've realized I like to move my body in terms of like sports.
Yeah.
Because there's always something new happening.
Yeah.
Whereas KEARA likes to do spin class, which is kind of like structured and you know what's happening every spin class.
Right. Pretty much. Yeah.
Whereas like, but like the thing is like, I feel like having both ADHD and autism for me means doing the same things, but they're different at the same time. For example, playing flag football, knowing that there are rules and there's a specific way of playing flag football, but each game is different because everyone's different every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like I'm working with dogs. I'm doing the same schedule every day during the week, structure for my autism, but it's different because dogs are different every day.
Right.
So it's a brand new set of things that I have to like experience. I think that's the like key to like finding dopamine and like balancing my ADHD and autism.
Right. Have the a balance of the two.
Having a structure and a routine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, within that structure and routine, you're doing things that can be different, a little different every day.
There's variation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the key.
That's a good tip, actually.
That's a very like thing that's helped me a lot. Because if I get stuck in the, like, for example, I was a sound editor for film for like, I don't even know how many years, but basically like I got really bored of it because I was just sitting every day. And at the beginning, I loved it. I loved the new structure. I loved the new routine. But then I got bored of it because there wasn't anything really new. I'd get new shows and there'd be new things. And that was cool. But then after a while, I was like, wow, I'm really just doing the same thing. Because I figured out tricks of like, oh, I can like decrackle this whole entire thing. And then I got bored because I was doing the same thing every day. I wasn't moving. And yeah, now it's just like finding the little balance of like new and structure. Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And
we really hope that you enjoyed this one. Love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night, evening, morning, whatever you're doing.
Peace.
Bye.